They say your vote is your voice, and aside from voting on the next island leaders, could voters once again be asked to weigh in on issues by way of referendum or initiative? GEC Executive Director Maria Pangilinan says possibly so.
It could very well be. It depends on the initiative of the voter. If voters want to put one in, there's still time to do one.
Pangilinan says throughout this year, inquiries have come in.
I think immediately after 2014, there was an inquiry as to part-time legislation from 15 to 21. One was about the Constitutional Convention, and those have come in. We've what Guam Election Commission does is simply give them the information to work off of.
And while she hasn't heard anything yet about repealing pay raises, she does add the Guamanians for Fair Government Group have filed an organizational report with the GEC. An initiative proposes a new law to adopt or reject at the polls. Meanwhile, a referendum is to repeal existing statutes or parts of the law. So what exactly is needed to put an initiative or referendum on the ballot? Pangilinan says there are many new requirements some people may not be aware of.
In the past, the trigger point is if it gets certified 90 days before a general election, it'll be on that general election. Now, the new law as it stands, it doesn't specify 90 days before the election. So we're looking into that because should there be an initiative, we may we may run into some challenges if it's less than 90 days before the election.
Another big requirement is the public input aspect. Prior to circulation of the initiative, the proponent must host village meetings in at least 10 villages to include 6 villages with the largest number of registered voters. A fiscal impact and disclosure of the proponent must be submitted as well. She adds if a certain initiative failed, then no measure that is substantially similar or related shall be submitted for at least 10 years. As for petitions, an initiative requires 10% of all registered voters at the time. There are currently 44,974 registered voters on Guam. For referendums, it will require 20% of all votes counted for governor in the last gubernatorial general election. This means over 7,475 would be needed. In the meantime, she adds any initiative or referendum will come at an extra cost to the GEC, about $60,000.
At this point, do you guys have enough money in your budget to accommodate a referendum?
Absolutely not.
The costs cover mailing out pamphlets and putting out public notices and educational campaigns. In the meantime, packets will be available for pickup by January 29, 2016. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.